Hello boys and girls, today I am going to show you how to make your very own astronaut jetpack like the one we have here. Now if you look, you might be able to guess before we start what this is made of. Just have a close look. It's got these two matching items here and one in the middle, and attached to these two big items are slightly smaller matching items. And on the back of our jetpack we have these. Ooh. You can spot where they might come from. Right, so I'm just going to take you on a step-by-step guide how to make a jetpack like this. Now, you don't have to do it exactly the same way that I describe, because it will very much depend on the items that you have available in your house at the time. And I would like you to ask your mummies or your daddies or whoever's at home whether you're allowed to use some of the things before you grab them and use them to turn them into your jetpack. Okay, so first things first, I'll tell you the main items that we can use. Here on my list it says 2 big plastic bottles. So we have 1, 2, and they're matching. It's quite important that they're matching. Okay. Then you need something to stick in between the 2 big plastic bottles. So let me just take these here and here, and we'll just assemble the shape. So we've got these on the outside, and then in the middle you have something of a slightly different size and shape, and it goes in the middle. And what you're going to do is you're going to join these together like so. Okay. And then once they're joined on the ends, we get these. These are a favourite of mine for doing craft activities with. Where do they come from? Yes, you've guessed it, it's from the toilet roll or perhaps the kitchen roll. And you can take these and you can pop them on the end here, and this is where the jets would come out when the astronaut is going. So now if you just see that, that is pretty much the shape. All that would be left to do is to decorate each individual piece and stick them together. So before we find out about the strap part of this contraption here that we've got, we are going to see what we might do to decorate each of these individual pieces so that they don't just look like ordinary everyday bottles and cartons. Okay, now I shall just pop this to the side again over here, and I'm going to show you another example. This is one that I've kind of half prepared, just reminding you that we don't have to use the exact same things as everybody else. So this is just made with 2 big milk cartons, and in the middle we have 2 cans of juice, 2 empty cans of juice, and I've just taped them all together in that shape. Okay, and it is very much similar to the one we have all ready and finished here, and the one that we're about to create for you just now. Okay, whoops, crash. So there we go, there are our things ready. Now, when you are creating these and joining them together and assembling them, here are some of the items that you might need. Can you see that there? So, for decorating and sticking and joining things together, it is helpful to get, if we have a look at what I've got laid out here, maybe if you have some tape, that is really handy. Now I've got different types of tape, just depends what you've got available. Again, I've got big thick parcel tape that's brown in colour, just your clear sticky tape. This is very good, but you will need to ask if you can use this. This is called duct tape, and it's very sticky, and often you get it in nice bold colours. This is black. I've had silver before, and sometimes you can get colourful ones as well. So that is a very handy tape to use. Okay. Another tape that I find very handy indeed is this. Now this comes in all different widths, and the special thing about this tape is sticky there, but if I cut this and just stick it on to this side of my carton there, because it'll need to join on, and I can peel off the top layer. This is, oh, I'm dripping juice out there. Gosh, I should have cleaned that before, shouldn't I? This stick, can you hear that? It's sticky. So I could stick anything I want onto there, okay? And it's joined on. It's very handy. Right, let me just wipe up that spill first of all. So we need to decorate things first, and then we need to stick them together. Now, if you look at our model, I have chosen to do silver on the big bottles and black in the middle one and on bits here. Now, I was very lucky because I just happened to have in my cupboard some silver spray. Where is it here? This spray. Now, if you have any of this and you're using this, please get mommy or daddy to supervise you when you're using it, because it can get very messy and it's also a bit stinky. So we used this and we did it in the garden, and we sprayed these bottles with silver paint. If you don't have silver spray, you can use silver paint if you have it. Now, with paint, acrylic paint is really good, and acrylic paint will stick onto the item like this. This is special. Acrylic paint is very mucky, and if it gets on your clothes, it won't come out. So please be careful if you're using that. However, other paint, just poster paint here, just ordinary black paint, and some glue, some white glue, some PVA glue. If you mix that together, it will make a much brighter coating on your item. Okay, so that's about paint. But I've got a really quick way of getting this covered. Okay, so we want to make this black. Now, we've got 3 things that we can use, or 4 things. You can use plastic, okay? This is a black plastic bin bag, slightly smaller. Some of you might have these. This is a little black bag that we use for picking up our dog's poos, and you can just cover your item just like this, and then hey presto, you don't need to wait for it to dry or anything like that, so you can cover it up like that, and you can make sure it's nice and smooth. You can take a bit more time than I did there, or if you don't want to use a plastic bag, again, as long as you ask, you could use an old sock. And what you can do is you can just pull that right over like so. Boom, and it is done straight away. Okay, so there, I'm going to leave the sock on there for now. So that's our middle section covered in the black. The other items that we need to cover in the black were these 2 tubes. So again, if you want to paint them, you paint them. If you want to cover them in paper, you can cover them in paper, or you can use your tape, or like I said, you can use the plastic bag, and I'm going to do that. I'm just going to rip this little bag in half, and I am going to wrap it round here and tuck it in the ends. Wrap, 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 tuck, tuck, tuck. And then I'm going to get a bit of tape, if I can find the end, and I'm just going to wrap that round the middle to keep it safe. Please use scissors when don't use your teeth like I did there. You are going to wrap this round like so. So that's one. Very quick. I'm sure you can do a better job than this. And I'll wrap this round here like so. And we will stick that round here. So, look, we have 2 tubes, all nicely covered. 1 carton, all nicely covered. And we need to decorate these. Now, as I said, we use silver spray for our one up here, but you might not have silver spray or silver paint, but you might have some tinfoil. And just like we did with the black, you can wrap it round to create a lovely, shiny cylinder. I'll cut that there, and then I'm going to put it together. You might not even need to use tape there. And then I'm going to do the same with the other one. So I'm going to go wrap, 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 and just get the right amount and cut it. Ooh, it's not a very nice noise. Wrap, 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 wrap. There it goes. So now I have 2 silver ones with a black one in the middle and 2 black tubes. And we just want to stick them all together. Now you can use a little bit of glue, or you can use your double-sided tape. So I'll put a little bit of double-sided tape on the side here. And then I'll put a bit of double-sided tape on here. And I'll do that for each bit. And I think maybe we'll stop the tape there for a minute. Okay, right. As if by magic, we have all of these pieces attached to one another. And I just used ordinary sticky tape and just wrapped it round. So there we go. Now, for the straps, however, okay, there are different ways that we can attach straps to this jetpack. If you are fortunate enough to have a very old bag lying around that was maybe just going to be going in the bin, like we happened to do when we made this first one, you can cut off the straps from that rucksack and just a strip from the back and tape those in place to the back of the cylinders. Okay, now, so that's talking about a bag similar to this. It's unlikely that you're going to have one of these that is suitable for cutting out, okay? Certainly, we're not going to be using this one. However, something that you may have to spare is a drawstring bag a bit like this, a bit like a gym bag or a swim bag, okay? And certainly in my house, we've acquired quite a lot of these, so there's lots going spare. So using one of these, I'm going to show you the first way we can make straps. So I have just cut off the very edge of the bag, okay, so cutting out the middle section. So let's just see if we take that up again. So this is a bag just like this, and I have just cut down the edge of this side and the edge of this side. What you will need to do is you'll notice that the straps come loose. So you might need a little help to do this. What you want to do is tie the bit that have come loose in a knot at the top. Okay, just tie them in like so. So there you go. You've got a strap and a bit of fabric, and again just the old faithful sellotape, sticky tape I should say. We are going to stick that on. Tell you what, I'm actually going to use the double-sided, and I'm just going to put a strip of it down one cylinder and a strip of it down the other. Boom. And I'm going to peel it off. Whoosh. Oh dear. Peeling it off if we can. And when I've peeled that off, we'll stick this on. I'll show you in just a minute. We'll maybe cut to that. Okay, so these will just get stuck on. We'll model these for you when we're done. Now, put that to the side. And I said there was another way. If you look at our list, this bright green writing here, the straps from an old bag, okay, or an old pair of tights will also work. So here is an old pair of tights. Now, tights often get holes in the knees or in the toes, and you can't use them to wear anymore, but you can use them for craft. And the great handy thing about using milk bottles like here is when we attach our tights, I'm going to put it this way, and I'm going to attach what would be the waistband of the tights. I'm going to put that here with the legs going down the way from the bottoms of the milk cartons, okay? So I'm going to put that one there, and I'm going to get my tape, And I'm going to stick this on the edge here. That side. And another bit of tape on the edge that side. Okay, like so. And I'll just secure it at the bottom bit as well. Oh no. Those. And then one in the middle, either side. Aha! So, there's the tights. And we're going to take this leg and take it back and tie it on to the handle. Like so. And we're going to take this leg and pull it back and tie it on to the handle, like so. Okay, and I'm going to wear this, if it fits. There we go. You see it? Now, if you want, this one obviously we haven't covered in silver or anything. You don't have to, okay? It does take quite a long time and you know, you might be in a hurry. If you've got sticky labels like this, you could stick them on. And you could draw some buttons on them. Or if you've got any buttons, like spare buttons or stickers like these. I'll show you those stickers. Anybody got little stickers like that? Or little dots like these? You could peel them and stick them on your backpack to represent the different buttons and controls and capsules that might be a part of your gadget, okay? And you can do this any old way you like, so I'm just putting these on. There we go. Just like that. I'm going to wear this one again. So we've got this backpack here. And then, what did I say? We've got this one here as well that we're going to stick. So we'd have that one here. Okay, it needs its straps on. And we've got our one up here. I would really like it if I could see some of the models you have made. I'm sure there will be lots of different varieties and colours. So get crafty, have fun, stay safe. See you later, boys and girls.